Okay, so here's close this one up, and we'll come back in and open up the new one that has nothing on it. So this one's a little bit different. We aren't going to use Turbo Smooth this time. It is the same mathematical calculation, and actually this is the wrong one anyway, so let me grab the right one here. It must be this one because I named them the same. Okay, here's the non-version. So we're going to use what's called OpenSubDiv. It's inside of the modifier list, and then there's create set, which is also inside the modifier list. And you can just put them in the buttons if you want, like we've done before in the other videos. First thing we want to do is create a set. And the way that OpenSubDiv works and the way we're going to use it is it's going to be based off of the edges that we select. So with a complicated piece like this, we can't really go and pick a random number like select 90 degrees or whatever, even 30 degrees or whatever. We'll do 90 first. It's going to grab some of them, and we can start there, but that's not the finished thing. So, and you can also do 90 degrees with a 10 degree plus or minus. Let's see if that helps any. Give us a little bit, but not enough. So what we want to do is every edge that we want to be hard when we put an OpenSubDiv on it, and this one's weird because it doesn't like to click when you're far away, and turn on ignore backfacing. You just double click on it, you just want these edges that you know, and this is a little bit more tedious, so it's up to you if you want to do it this way. I want to show you both ways because you may find that in certain cases this is better than the other, which we may end up talking about. There's a lecture I've been noodling around with for a while, but I haven't put into the class yet. So so if we double click this, so I'm going to go fast for this one. I'm just going to speed up the time. Okay, now I'm really done. So there's that, and then what I'm going to do is come over here and say create set, but I'm going to name it. I'm going to name this edges, and then I'm going to say create set, bam, and you'll see now I have this thing called edges. Now I'm going to come over to the front left view, turn off ignore back facing, and we're going to get those gems again because okay, hold on. That's part of it. We know we don't want them to be, we want them to be faceted, so for mine. So there we go. So those are all set now, and then I'm going to make another one. We're going to call this one gems, and we're going to say create set. Okay. So the way this works is we're going to turn this off and we're going to add OpenSubDiv. It's the same math that they use for Poly or for Turbo Smooth, and the same math they actually use inside of ZBrush too. But now what we do is we go back in time. Let's do the iterations to 2. And we can turn off the wireframe there. And we go back in our stack here, and we come to our edges, and we turn it up to, right now, we'll turn it to 2. All of a sudden, everything got more stiff like that. Then we turn our gems up to oh, actually, it's 0.2. And 0.2. So what we want to do is correspond this number to however many subdivisions we do. So if I do 3, you'll see it gets softer, but I can come back in here to create sets and go, you know, like for these gems, when I want to keep really faceted, I can say 3, and it will change that for them if I turn them on too. So there's that. It looks like I may have missed a few. So how do we fix this problem if we've missed a couple? Well, we'll come back in here and go to this. I'm going to turn off the top one here. Okay, I'm going to double click this, and hopefully it does it again. I'm going to grab the ones that I missed. Double clicking. Turn it around. Double. You are crazy. Double click. Double click. Double click. Double click. Double click. And double click. And double. Oh, missed. Double. Oh, double click. Looks like I got one there by accident. Did I grab any other accident ones? Doesn't look like it. And I come over to gems and I come over to edges and I right click and I say add to selection set. So now when I turn this back on, with any luck, if I get out here and turn off my edge mode, now my gems have that harder edge right there too. And somehow I missed these. So I'll come back to here, double click and make sure that it's doing it here. No, it's not. If you want to see what you already have selected, you can come to here, right click and say select elements in set, and it'll show you all the stuff that's in this. So I can double click this, double click this. Okay, let's look on this side, it's pretty straight. This side, looks like I missed one there. I'm holding control every time I add. Missed it there. Yes, it's a little bit more tedious. Yes, it's a little bit more work, but you get to do both. So we'll turn this back on, and we'll get out of this mode, and we'll see. Looks like everything's set. We'll go back up to subdiv, and we're going to change this to 5 because that's what the other one's set to. And it's going to take a second here because it's got to calculate it. Okay, now it's 1.894 like we had in the other one. Now what we can do is come back to our crease set and change this one to 4.5 so we get harder edges on those. And then we come back to this one, we probably want to do like 3.5. Oops, didn't work. Oops, 0.35. 35. That's what happened. So it's a little bit tighter, assuming that it's done thinking. There's a little harder edges. This one's supposed to be 4 or 5. Take a second again. And now we have those harder edges right there. And that's it. That's your homework. I want you to do both versions of this. I want you to take the sword that I have. I don't even want you to use your sword, because if there's problems with the geometry in your sword, you're going to get even more issues. So I want you to take the geometry that we have here and make one that's a turbo smooth with edge with smoothing groups, and then one that's OpenSubDiv. And that's it, and I will see you next week.